So welcome, my dear students. This is the second lecture in the cost of project management costs. And let me, like usually, first thing we do is to share the screen so that we'll be able to work on this topic and to be done for this topic effectively for all everybody. Let me remind you quickly that we talk about there are a lot of ways for estimations, and there are a lot of techniques which we use in the project management processes to estimate the costs. So we use what we call basic tools and techniques for cost estimations. We use the analog top-down estimates, and we use the bottom-up estimates, and we use the parametric modeling. So we use three kinds of estimations for the project management. Those three. On the top-down estimates, use actual costs of a previous similar project. We use the cost of similar project. We use the cost of similar projects. Like we said, as example, I'm just doing now a Tim Horton or project for construction, a construction project. Then I will use similar construction project was at the same time or like little slight different before, so I can use the cost there to be like similar to mine. So here, basic tools and techniques for cost estimates, analog and or top-down estimates. Use the actual cost of a previous similar project, add the basic of estimates the cost of the current project. Second one, the bottom-up estimates involving estimating individual work items or activities and summing them to get a project total. So we have the analog or top-down, and we have the bottom, which involve estimating individual work into items or activities and summing them up in a log. Like we'll see now an example for this way, for this method or bottom-top estimates. The parametric means measurable. The word parametric means to be measured. Uses project characteristics parameters in a mathematical model to estimate project cost. Okay. And we had a question here actually. The problem in IT cost estimates is this following. Estimates are done too quickly. Sometimes the estimations will be done for the cost will be done so quickly, so it won't be accurate. People lack estimating experience. Of course, experience is very important and play a big role in estimating the costs. Human beings are biased towards underestimation. People usually tends to underestimate. They put not the values, but they put, if as example, if this how much this costs you this pen? Oh, it's around $2, but I think it can be 175 cents or whatever. So people usually go to down their estimations. They don't put beyond look like exactly how it would be, but they are always, when they estimate the cost, they estimate it lower than what should be. Management deserves accuracy also, and this is another point, that the management needs more accuracy. We will have a sample cost estimate. We'll see how the estimation going. We'll see how for the surveyor project, this one, we'll see just now. We'll see how it will work, like how we will estimate the costs, how we will estimate the costs for the project. Before, but just I'm trying to cover the theoretical parts. Before creating an estimate, know what it will be used for. Gather as much information as possible. These are for the person who will estimate the costs. And clarify the ground rules and assumptions for the estimates. Why I'm doing this estimates? What is it for? Regarding what? So I will have a background about what are the accounts I'm doing estimation for them. I should have a background about this. If possible, estimate cost by major WBS categories. So the cost for each stage, you will go by the cost for each stage of the stages of the product until deliverable. So you will go, it's better to do this. Each task, how much it will cost, and so on. Create a cost model to make it easy to make changes to and document the estimates. So make a model of your work so that when you need to work again and make templates, so you can do the same. Here is kind of, let us see, those estimations are done based on the cost estimations. It might be top down or down top, analog or bottom top, like what we know before. Okay. Might be analog or top down, bottom up estimates, or parametric modeling. So, like you see here, I just want to enlarge it so everybody can see it clear. Like you see here now, if you can see here, my dears. So we have here the project management. If we say the level 2 of work breakdowns, it totals 306,000, which is of total 20%. That is the project management. Okay. Let us see how it works. 306, 300, if I get my calculator. And I calculated now 306, 300. And I will divide it by, the total is here. Sorry about that. The total is 1 million divided by 1,521,240. So that will equal particularly about 20.2 or 0.2. So we'll see again. I will just go for calculating it again. I'm sorry for that. 306, 300. That's exactly 0.2, which is 20%. That's what we had. 0.2 or 20%. 20%. So again, you just make the estimations like how much of the total expenses. It will be like how much each stage of the total expenses or each category of costs from the total expenses. Let us go now as example for the project manager. The project manager's hour per unit, he takes $960. And the cost per hour, he takes $100. So he takes all 96,000. Okay. The project team members, they work for 1,920 hours. The hour rate is $75. So when you multiply those two numbers, it will give you 144. Let us see. Here we go. 1,920 times $75. That will equal 144,000. Okay. Contractors 10% of software development and standing. Okay. So they will take, the contractors will take 66300. Okay. Those are those costs. Those are those costs. The costs of the project manager and the project team and the contractors. Okay. How about if we calculate all of them together and let us see how much they will be, those three. Let us see how much they come to. Do it here just now and see. So we have 96,000, which is for the manager, the project manager cost, plus 104,400. These for the team members, the project team members, plus 66,300. This is for the contractor. The contractor. That will equals the total amount, which is 306,300,000. This one, this amount. But so this is the total. This is the total, and those are the subtotals, which it shows from where those totals come. Actually, it should be down here, because when we add them up, it should be down, not up. But it's everyone is having his own way of expressing the numbers. And in the same time, we divided 306,300 by the end of the chart. Look at this, which consider the total amount of the chart itself, which is 1521240. We divide them by each other, divided by 1521240, and that equals 20%, which we had previously here, 20%. So all the subtotals, I will add them up, then divide them by the total of the whole project costs. That will give me estimation like around 20% of the total costs will go to the project management and the work of this on this item. Okay, so this is the work. When I will do the work breakdown, the first is the salaries and the costs of the manpower or the people who are working the project. Secondly, the hardware. We can look on this hardware here. As example, I need 100 units. Each unit will cost me $600. So 100 times 600, we can see here 100 times 600. That will give me total of 60,000. Here is the 60,000. Same thing down, 4 by 4,000 will give me 16,000. Okay, now it's time to get the subtotal, and I will add them up together. So they will be 60,000 plus 16,000. They will be 76,000. 60,000 plus 16,000. That will equal 76,000. Again, I will divide the 76,000 by the total amount of the product. Sorry about that. Come like 1521240 divided by 1521240, and that will equal 0.004. 0.004. Okay, 0.049 is round like 0.4049, which will come to, when we round it to around 5%, because the 9 is rounded to the next number, so 4 will be 5. Next on, and the same way for the other expenses, like when we see here licenses software, 100 units, each unit will cost $200, so all will cost $20,000. And this is the software development will cost $594,000. So when we add them together up, 594 plus 20, they will give me 614,400. When I divide this by the total down, which is here again, which is here, the amount, the final amount. Yeah, this is the final amount, 1521240. then it will give me the amount of 40%. And as you can see here, we can see that the licensed software and the software development takes like 40% of the whole cost of the project, which show also that this will happen. So the software will take this amount of money, while when we go to the upper parts, like the project manager, it's only the management and the fees of the management, and it's only 20%. But here the softwares are 40%, means that the infrastructure will cost me double of the cost of the manpower or the people who are working on the project. So again, also training and support, everyone, you will get now the trainee costs. We have 100. Each one will cost us about $500 per hour. That will cost 50,000 plus the travel cost 12. We have 12 person or whatever 12. The travel per cost per person 700. Then they will all 8,400, and we have project team members 1,920. They charge $75 per each hour. Then this will come to 4,000. And here we'll go back when we add them 50 plus 8,400 plus 144,000. This will come to 202,400. Then again, I will divide this total by 1521240. It will give me 13%. And finally, the amount of reserves, which is 20% of the total estimates. So it comes to 253,540, which is around, when we divide it, 253,540. When we divide it by 1521240, it will give me 17%. That's how it works here. And that's how we do the estimations, the cost estimations in this example, the way we did this cost estimations. Okay. Before I leave this example, I just want to make it down back so it won't be large like this, and it will be in the slide itself. That's fine here now. Okay, that's perfect. So what we do actually, those are the subtotals. We add them up and put them here. Subtotals, we add them up and put them here. Subtotals, we add them up and put them in the totals here. Subtotals, we add them up and put them in the total here. Then we divide each of them of the total divided by the total project cost estimates. So each of them, this column, each number here in this column divided by the final number in the last row. So 306,300 times 1521240 would give me 20%. 76,000 will be divided by 1521240, and it will give me 5%. 614,000 we will divide it by 1521240. It will give me 40%. And 69,000 will divide it by the same number. It will give you 5%. And finally, 202, or before the final, 202,400 will give me, when we divide it by 1521240, it will give me 13%. And finally, 253,540, when we divide it by the reserves, when we divide it by the total project cost estimates 1521240, it will give me 17%, 17%. Cool. So those are how we do the project estimates, the cost of the project, how we can do the cost of the project estimates. Okay. Also, we have also this figure of how to determine the budget. How will we determine the budget? The budget is regarding, it's not a balance sheet. Balance sheet, the difference between the budget and the balance sheet. The balance sheet is usually talk about the past periods, but the budget talks about the upcoming periods. A budget is a planning tool, but the balance sheet is a record for the past transactions. So the balance sheet is a record for the past, while the budget is a record for the future needs and the future uses. So those are the main differences between the budget. And when we say talk always about the word budget, we mean planning for the future. We mean how to plan for it. So do I budget costing? Yes, we budget the costs. Why? To know how far or how much in the future will be needed for each activity of the activities till the project is deliverable. Okay. Okay, let's see now determine the budgets, how we will determine the budgets. Cost budgeting involves allocating the project cost estimates to individual work items over time. The work breakdowns also is required input to the cost budgeting process since it defines the work items. Important goals is to produce a cost baseline. Perfect. A time purchase phased budget that project managers use to measure and monitor cost performance. Okay, maybe it will be clear here for everyone. I will enlarge it now. We will enlarge it, and I think it will be clear by that way. Cool. Okay. Now the project manager, project management here will say, how did I get this money, amount of money? How did I calculate this amount of money? We'll say, as example, on January, he took $8,000, February 8,000, and so on. So this is his salary. So in the whole year, 96,000. The project team members, each month, they had, or each stage, whatever, on stages like each month, or if the project is 12 stages, they take salaries like 12,000 for stage 1 or month 1, 12,000 for stage 2 or month 2, and so on, till the end of the period or the end of the stages. It was 144,000. Contractors also, their amounts, but they didn't receive anything for the first months. They start receiving from the second, or they didn't receive from phase 1 and they start from phase 2. They receive in each phase or in each month $6,027. So we'll count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If we multiply, let us do this now to show it to you. If we multiply 6027 times, these are how many periods? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times 11, that will equals 66297, which is almost, because we are not talking about exact numbers, but we are approximately. So it will be 66297 approximated into $300, because we don't need to write it, it's approximate. So like you see here is written in digits, like those numbers are approximated. All of them are approximated, those numbers here. So $297, 300, that's okay. For $3, it's okay because of how to calculate. But others, like here in front of you, this 8,000 times 12, that is 96,000. Okay, let us see, 8,000 times 12. So 8 times 12 is 96,000. And the second one is 12,000 times 12 is 144. 12,000 times 12, that is 144. 3,000 like what? But the third one was approximated, actually $3 more. Only $3 more have been rounded into 300. So $297 had been rounded into $300. Okay. Like you see here also, we see 30 plus 30 that give me 60,000. 8 plus 8 give me 16,000. But this based on the phases of the project, because it doesn't mean that all the 12 phases that these costs will be there. Because when we divide the project into phases, then and see for each phase, we'll put costs for each phase. It makes it easy for us to make an estimation about the whole costs of the project. Okay, so we have here, like as example, the handheld devices. It is in month 4 and month 5 only, or in phase 4 and phase 5. Same likewise, the servers are in the phase 4 and the phase 5. So they cost me in phase 4, servers cost me 8,000 in phase 4, and the servers cost me 8,000 in phase 5, which comes the whole year, and the rest of the year there are no costs. So for the whole year, or for the whole 12 phases, 8 plus 8,000 plus 8,000 give me 16,000 here. 8 plus 8 give me 16,000. Likewise, here also the licensed software, 10,000 plus 10,000, 20,000. Then the software development, like you see here, 60 on the phase 2 or month 2, 60 on month 3 or phase 3, 80,000 in phase 4 or month 4, 127,000 month 5 or phase 5, and same likewise in phase 6, then 90 in phase 7, and 50 in phase 8. When I add them up together, 60,000 plus 6,000 plus 80,000 plus 127,000 plus 127,000 plus 90,000 plus 50,000, they will come to 594,000. Likewise, the testing, the same thing. It will be 69,000 when we add these numbers up. We add them up, 69,000. Here only on the phase 9 or month 9, the trainee costs. So there was training on month 9 only, or on phase 9, that cost me 50,000. Also the travel costs. The travel costs was also in phase 9. I believe it's for all these people as well. So it was 8,400. So it's the total is here. The project team members, they didn't have any cost, no cost for them until phase 7 or month 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So like the other half of the whole total phases, the second half of the total phases, or the total months, as example, if they were 12 months, the second 6 months. Each month, the team members cost to $24,000. So at the end of the period, they will cost 24,000 times 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will give me 144,000. Likewise, the reserves also, which usually the reserves is a percentage of the estimates. It is a percentage of the estimates. So it's a percentage of the estimates. So it comes 10,000, 10,000, 30,000, 30,000, 60, 40, 40, 30. All those will add them up all the way along. They become 253,540. So when you add the total like this, 8,000 and 12,000, 20,000, and here you add them up, the columns, then add the numbers of the row together. So the numbers of the columns must equal the number of the row, and in both the cases, it must be 1,521,240. So it must be by that way. This was how we do the cost estimation. How we will do the cost estimation. This is how the cost estimation should be. So this is was a topic how we will do the cost estimations. Next comes what we call control cost or cost control, project cost in control. So what is the project cost control? That's what we will know in the upcoming lecture. Thank you so much. Thank you.